If you're driving Uber or another food service that allows delivery of alcohol, don't give it to minors. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to Real Rideshare Stories. And we have a big PSA video for you. And this is do not serve alcohol to minors on the Uber platform or any other platform that allows alcohol delivery. Somebody over 21 has to be present and show ID to be able to receive alcohol. So we got a pretty crazy text string between a driver and a person who thought that they were going to get alcohol but had no ID and was clearly not 21 just from the text conversation that they were having. Now, these screenshots come from a video from a fellow YouTuber who had this particular conversation. No Limitation Rideshare, also known as Bam Bam. I'll leave a link in the description below. Head over to his channel. He's got a lot of crazy stuff, especially when it comes to this particular text string that we're going to be going over. And he's also had a few of those Uber support pretend wannabe scammers. So he shows you what he did in it. So again, go over and check out his channel. And thanks again, Bam Bam, for letting me use these. All right, so what you see on the screen right now is the text conversation between Bam Bam and Jonathan, who is a minor who thinks that they're going to be able to get alcohol. And the big thing is, I don't know what happened prior to this part of the conversation. It looks to me like there is the question of about an ID, and they either don't have it or they don't have theirs or something like that. So Bam Bam responded and said, does anybody there have an ID? Because it could be anybody's ID that's over the age of 21. Again, you have to have somebody who's at least 21 to be able to give them the alcohol that they might have ordered. So then the person says, my birth certificate says my name and date of birth. Wait, you got to take a picture of the ID? Yes. Yes, you do. You have to take a picture of the ID because you got to verify it. They're going to verify to make sure. And if they're caught giving alcohol to minors, well, they're held responsible. They're liable, as well as you, who is the driver, who is liable. So again, don't do it. Not only that, your birth certificate doesn't mean anything. It's not a picture ID. It doesn't show you and it doesn't show your age. That's what you need. You need the picture showing you and your age showing that you're at least 21 years old. Bam Bam responds, yes, because he needs picture ID. Jonathan says, then hold up. I'm 21 though, for sure. I can show you my social card and all. It's legit me. I just lost my ID. Bam responds saying there needs to be some verification that it's you by identification. He responds, I got a high school card. You're 21. You probably graduated at 18. So that means you have 3 years that you have your high school ID that you claim, but you don't have your ID because you lost it. So then he responds, says, I just moved around the area, boss. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but sure. I'm trying to find an ID in my parents' room. Oh, so now you're living with your parents. Okay. I'm 21 though, for sure. Again, I can show you my social card and it's all legit me. I just lost my ID. Saying the same thing over again. So Bam Bam says, I'm sorry. It's not only grounds for deactivation if I hand over this liquor illegally, but also can lawfully get me in trouble. I will have to follow protocol here. And then they respond saying, what is their support number so I can get my money back, at least some. And then he adds, so you wouldn't be able with my mom ID, right? And then Bam says, the merchant has to cancel it and you'll get your money back. So I will get my cash back for sure, ? So yeah, that conversation right there is a huge red flag for them saying that, no, they're probably not 21 years old and probably still in high school trying to pull a fast one. Now, if you're a delivery driver and have alcohol, you need to make sure that you get a photo ID from anybody who's over 21. As long as somebody's 21, you can take the ID, you can scan it, and you're good to go. The only thing is, make sure that that's the actual person that you hand it to. So they have to have that ID. It can't be your parent's ID, sorry, that's not going to fly. Your parent has to be home and they have to be the person who accepts it. Just make sure you're following the rules. Do not give minors alcohol. Do not serve minors alcohol. Not only will you get deactivated, as Bam had mentioned, but you could be brought up on charges. Not only that, you will be liable. So don't do it. And when it comes to getting paid because, well, you cannot actually complete this, just take it back to the merchant and you're still going to get paid. Now, have you had something like this happen to you where you were on the road and somebody tried pulling a fast one like this kid did? Comment below and let me know. Thanks again, Bam, for letting me use this. And also, again, if you're watching this, make sure you head over to No Limitation Rideshare. Link will be in the description below. Check out some of his videos and some of the things that he's had to deal with when being out on the road. All right, everyone, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, delivery drivers, and your shoppers. And we'll see you next time.